Good morning, friends. Hello. Good morning, friends. How are you this morning? Pray you are well and good and whole. Peace and grace to you all. We're in Travel Mug Land today, so a little mug up before we get going. Pray you are doing well today. That there's some beauty in your day. See a few folks coming along here. Good morning to you all. Hello, hello. Hey Donna, good morning to you. Hi Phyllis, hope you're healing well and things are good. Am I going some? No, just left the house early and wanted a coffee to go. So hey Kristen, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Good morning everyone. Hey John, good morning to you. Hello everybody. A few more seconds, couple more people coming along. So hope you're doing great. All right, friends. Let's get going this morning. It is the 29th day of November on this, the Wednesday, the at 11:11. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're a part of this journey. And I'm glad that you have found your way to be a part of our community. Whatever way you hear my voice, whatever way you find this, whether it's this first time or whether it's many times or whether this is on a podcast some months later, wherever you find yourself, whether it's this moment or this live place that we are gathered together, welcome. And that I hope you are entertained. Now, this is not generally, as I hope at least I hope it isn't, simply a point of entertainment. Our little gatherings here at 11:11. It is meant that we might have a little pause in the day, that we might come to punctuate our day with this opportunity to take a moment to reflect and to think about perhaps a little bit larger things than just the tasks of our moment. But this word entertained, it actually comes from the scripture I want to look at today, which is from the 13th chapter of Hebrews, the second verse, which references back to Abraham and Abraham and, providing hospitality to the angels that came to him unknown and unawares. But this is the instruction of the author of Hebrews. So he writes this: Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. In many ways, I feel like I'm a little. I love this scripture because I feel like it really speaks to me that I'm often the Blanche Dubois of of the world. I know most people don't know that, no, wouldn't necessarily think that, but it's true. If you remember the great character Blanche Dubois from Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, she says, "I live on the kindness of strangers." And I do too. Like, let's be honest, I do too. I drop things. I can't tell you the number of times I've had my wallet returned. I can't tell you the number of times I've had my keys returned to me. I am provided for often in this world, and sometimes they've gone missing and wandered off. But more often than not, I've had the great fortune of being cared for. By the kindness of strangers, and that what this text is actually saying is kind of the other side of that is how are we to attend to the strangers in our midst, or to attend to this world. And yesterday I had I just such a great opportunity. I mentioned at the end of our stream yesterday that our administrator here, Yvette, has become a naturalized U.S. citizen, and so I went down and had the opportunity with her husband to see her get sworn in, and I was running late because I went to the wrong place because and it was there's some nice security people helped me find the right place. Again, living on the kindness of strangers. I found my way there, but before she was called up to get her naturalization certificate and to celebrate with them for a moment. But one of the things that happened there is that they have this lovely backdrop of like you're an American now, and all these people who wanted pictures taken, and so there was but many of them were alone, and so or they maybe were gathered with their whole family and they wanted a picture of their whole family. So I got the opportunity to take a couple of pictures of while I was there with them, and that. Boy, if you want to feel good about a day, I mean, these are people who have literally spent years on the process to become a naturalized citizen. It is not a walk in, walk out, drive through kind of thing. It is a long and arduous process. And they gathered there and they were excited. And this one woman from Dubai that became a citizen on that day. She was kind of looking around. I was like, let me take your picture, sure. So chatted with her and took her picture, and off she went. And another family gathered in front of the flag and got to take their picture. And as simple and as the opportunity to entertain them, not in a way that I'm doing magic tricks or telling jokes, but because we've really I think we've destroyed this word entertainment in a way. Now we think it's Netflix and Hulu. Now we think it's a magic show. But this idea of entertainment as a thing that as a spiritual and as a devotional discipline, that we meet the people in our way with kindness and with love, that we meet the strangers on our way with kindness and grace, that we entertain the people that come to us as if we were holding and hosting a dinner party. We talk, back when the language meant things, we used to use the word, oh, I'm going to be entertaining. That we would bring people into our homes and we would have dinner parties and we would entertain. If there is one unique, I think, perhaps not unique to the world, but perhaps in its totality, unique to the Christian tradition, it is the idea of hospitality. Now, Islam has a lot of hospitality. A lot of that is built into the cultural region more as opposed to into the tradition itself. But we don't need to get into all that. But at its heart, the Christian walk is about being entertaining, and that we get to not only have the opportunity to possibly entertain angels unawares, where we can receive and remember what angel is. It's evangelos. It is that in Greek it means messenger. That when we open ourselves up to the people that we encounter, the people that you meet when you're walking down the street, when we pull the Mr. Rogers card, and when we step into that, we actually open ourselves to messages from God. When we say entertain angels unawares, this is to entertain the idea that God might speak to us through the person in front of us. God might speak to us through the situation and the moment. I walked away yesterday from Yvette's swearing-in ceremony with this notion, with this sense of great hope and great that I truly felt like I had entertained angels unaware. Not because the woman I met from Dubai or the family or even Yvette are necessarily angelic, but that in the midst of that, I encountered the opportunity to see this hopefulness in every face in that room, to see this culmination of a hard and arduous journey, to see the changing of identity even in people's being, that they no longer go from being Chinese or from being Australian or from being from Dubai, but being an American. And not something that was forced on them, but something that they sought out to do and to become. That in that, even in that transformation, there's a message in that of what it is to love the world. You know, the great Henry Ward Beecher, one of the great congregational preachers of the tradition. He said every tomorrow has two handles. He said we can take hold of the handle of anxiety, or we can take hold of the handle of faith. That when we see ourselves as entertainers to strangers, when we see ourselves in this way, that it opens us up to this opportunity to be able to grasp the moment, to grasp the day with a handle not of anxiety, but with the handle of faith. And so it was a great gift for me, and I truly believe that as we that it is ours to learn to be as the angels are. Now we're other and we're different, but to learn to be in this way of being this entertaining and beautiful and non-anxious and loving presence in the middle of a troubled world. Because friends, the world is going to need us to be that today, and even more so tomorrow and in the days ahead. That it is ours to hear these messages from God in the midst of all of the troubles. The great John Henry Newman said this. He was speaking of the angel that would come at the pool of Bethesda. That when the pool of Bethesda, where the waters would be troubled in the pool, and then when the angel would come down, meaning they'd kind of bubble or whatever, and then the angel would come down, and when the angel came down, those who got into the pool were healed. And his invitation is for us to be like that angel, to entertain this section of this idea of our lives having this entertaining quality. He writes this: learn to be as the angel who could descend among the miseries of Bethesda without losing its heavenly purity or his perfect happiness. Gain healing from troubled waters. Make up your mind to the prospect of gaining a certain measure of pain and trouble in your passage through life. By the blessing of God, this will prepare you for it. It will make you thoughtful and resigned without interfering with our cheerfulness. Friends, my hope for you today is that you will entertain angels unaware. Not just in the strangers of your days, but that you will entertain the possibility of hearing God's voice from the people that you encounter, from seeing and hearing the messages in it, and that in it in knowing that comes with struggle, knowing that the world is in pain, knowing that may not always go smoothly and lovely and beautifully, but that in it, and in our even resignation to the fact that that's going to happen in the midst of a whole bunch of pain and a whole bunch of trouble, that it won't interfere with our cheerfulness. That we can still take pictures and celebrate the small wins, and perhaps even be an angel for another on their path as well. Friends, I hope on this day that you do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares. All right, peace and grace to you, my friends, and we'll pick it up tomorrow with another 11:11.